Some days you just need to put your game into the hands of your punter, and against a team like Iowa State, the Sooners are going to have to do just that. So sit back and relax as I regale you with the tale of how Sheriff Michael Turk took down the Cyclone by himself. You see, cyclones are destructive and disruptive, which often led to Oklahoma being in quite the predicament. But no one was up for the cause like the old sheriff of shellacking footballs, Michael Turk, as he lined up from across the Cyclone returner and would take any chance he had to remind him where he was going to end up if he attempted to return one of these here punts, which was in the great Midwest in the sky. And that's dang near where he sent most of his punts this day, as the first one descended back to earth only to be greeted by a posse of punt-chasing policemen surrounding the returner like he had the Queen's jewels. Well, after a good bit of quiet, the Sooners found themselves in quite the pickle, forcing them to once again call up the sheriff, who had to remind the Cyclones why he's got the fastest hand in the West, as he unloads the ball from the back of the end zone quicker than my revolver unloads into a man who says that punters aren't real football players, as the returner once again can't so much as look at the ball without a deputy stationed right by his hip to guide him to the afterlife if he so chooses to make a move on said football. Finally, they moved Turk on the offensive, saying these Cyclones are getting a little too close to us, and Turk kindly obliges, showing them their side of the 10-yard line when this poor returner was getting so fed up with catching the football around none of his kinfolk that he throws it right at one of them, which moves him back another 5 yards. Then once again, old Sheriff has to deliver the last straw to this camel's back, as after this catch he wouldn't dare attempt another punt catch, which boy howdy was a bad idea, because in the last crucial quarter when special teams can make or break the game, Turk really saddles up his old 6-shooter leg and goes to town, because when the Sooners were backed up like the folks at the Alamo, he tips his hat low and reveals a secret weapon, which, to the people around him bearing sticks and stones, might as well have been a lightsaber, sending the returner packing as he wanted none of the business the sheriff was dealing. And then finally, up by only 7 points in the fourth, he sees this poor dying Cyclone team trying to crawl their way towards the mirage that appears to be a win, and he just tips his hat again and shakes his head with a little smile as he points the gun to the back of his head and goes, "You're almost there, little doggy," then puts him out of his misery with a ball to the 2-yard line. And that is how Sheriff Michael Turk saved the Sooners and helped bring about quite the victory. But as always, I hope you have an amazing day, and peace.